What is going on, guys? Welcome back. We are in ERLC. Once again, we're going to do an overview of one of the ways you can play. Today's video, we're going to go over all things fire department. So, first things first, how do you join the fire department? If you're new here, you may not even know how to do that. So, we'll start there. You go up to the top here. Top right, you see these three little white lines. Click that and it'll bring you here to the teams. So you'll see here, when you click on firefighter, you're prompted with choosing which station you have to go to. So the only real difference here is that station 1 is closer to spawn and station 2 is over on the other side of the map. So I'll show you where that is visually. This is here is spawn, this is where station 1 is, and this is where station 2 is. So for the most part, you'll want to play station 1. So we'll click that. It's now going to ask you for a call sign. Now, the call sign is nothing you have to pre-register for, anything like that. You just select either numbers or letters. I use BUN, short for bunny, of course, and then you just click join. Alright, so now that we're in the station, if you spawn on this side, run over to the other side, and you'll see why in just a sec. Right. So, we're at the locker. Now, the locker has your uniform and your gear. So these are two important things. You can use all of these uniforms right away. So let's say we want to use this one or this one. You just wear it. You can see now I've got a firefighter outfit on. And then you go over to your gear. Now, with the gear, there's no real reason not to equip everything. If some things you don't need in your inventory, you just put them in the trunk of your car. But equip absolutely everything that you can. So once you have that done, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I actually use a custom avatar, so I'm going to swap to that. I just wanted to show you what it would look like coming out of a random thing. I'm going to do a full video after this on how to deck yourself out in a nice avatar. So if you use a custom one, all you'll want to do is unequipped whatever you have, and now you can see my beautiful avatar is on. So I like to play as a paramedic, and it does matter if you want to do firefighting or kind of EMS work. You can obviously do both, but you are going to want to decide during your current gameplay, are you role-playing as someone who's healing people, or are you role-playing as someone who is putting out fires? So that is one important distinction as you're playing the fire department role to determine what type of play style you want to do. So getting right into that, you go and grab a vehicle. So let's say today, like you can see, I have a paramedic outfit on. I want to be a paramedic. So I usually drive around, let me get my face out of the way for you, in the paramedic SUV. Now, what's great about this car is it's small, maneuverable, it's quick, it's clearly marked for what we need to do, and you don't have to drive around with this giant, bulky, fire truck. So you can unlock this for not too much money. I think it's under 50,000. You can just have this unlocked. You don't need a rank for that, or you can play with this is the firefighter that you get right off the bat. You can start with that. So these are sort of the two things that you're going to want to work with, especially if you are brand new. Obviously, you can unlock all these other cool things later, but if you're starting out, you would probably want to just use the standard fire tanker for firefighting because it has the hose and whatnot. And then if you're doing paramedic work, I would recommend this vehicle. So I'll start out with the paramedic work. So let me spawn in here. Oops. All right. So, get our lights on, because it's starting to get dark. Now, when you're playing as a paramedic, there are two things you can do. You can either revive people, or you can revive NPCs. Now, when you have just this one, you aren't going to have the stretcher. So actually, before we go, let me just explain the difference in that. So, the stretcher, if you're doing NPCs, will require an ambulance. So I have this unlocked at paramedic rank. You won't necessarily have that if you're just starting, but you do need to have one of the ambulances. There is a second ambulance you can purchase if you just want to get it out of the way, but you will need this to get this item right here, the stretcher, Oh, let me get myself out of the way again. This stretcher right here is how you put the NPCs on and into the ambulance, and you're going to need that to gather the XP and complete the task to do that. So that's just an important thing to note. So if you are going on your MDT and actually doing the automatic paramedic work that comes up, you're going to want to use the ambulance. If you are doing regular, just going around looking for players that are down, you're going to be wanting to use this, and that is purely a maneuverability aspect. It's much easier to drive this little Ford Explorer than it is that giant ambulance. So that's really the difference. You have to make a decision on how you want to play is going to determine what vehicle you want to do. So I'll just go out here and I'll show you guys a little bit of gameplay just as a paramedic, how you would do this. So your goal here is essentially to keep people alive, obviously, but if you want to do experience and you're not high level yet and you want to level up, you want to keep in mind that when you revive someone, you don't get experience, but when you heal them, you do. So you can see here, we can see everybody's health bar, okay? You can see right here, this guy is damaged. See how he's got a green health bar with a little bit of damage? So I'm going to put my lights on just so I'm not in the way. I'm not in a parking spot. I'm going to hop out and I'm going to help this person. So the way you do this is you grab your medic bag. Now it just has to be in your hand. You can see it's prompting me to place it on the ground like this. You don't have to place it on the ground. You just ignore that thing that's floating around your mouse and you just walk up to people. And they can't be moving, so it can be a little tricky. And what you can do is if they're not staying still, it looks like he's getting a picture. You can just go on your mic and say, hey, hold still for a sec. So, hey, hold still for a sec. I'm just going to heal you. So you just tell him to heal, and then he will usually do that. You just hold down E. And boom. Now see, we've got 10 XP for a heal.
Thanks, guys.
And now there's another one over here
I guess
that is also
closed. Let me just
hurt. Let's before he runs away. Hey man, looks like you're hurt. Can I heal you real quick?
Yeah, sure.
And there you go. And of course, people want to be healed. They want full health, so there's no real reason to say no.
Sorry.
Alright, man, you're good to go. Hey, watch where you're driving there, man.
Sorry.
Alright. So, right there, you can see we just rolled up to a random crowd of people, and you've got yourself 2 experience items ticked off, just like that. So we'll turn off our lights, and we'll go look for some more people. So you can almost patrol the map, just look for where people are, and do it that way. Especially if you are strictly looking to boost your XP, you'll just want to drive around, find where the crowds of people are, and just constantly heal them. You can do it multiple times to the same person. It just can't be them or you damaging them. They have to be damaged from something external. Otherwise, of course, you could just farm it. So they prevent you from exploiting it that way. But there's lots of people that will need medical. You can see there's already shots being fired here, and we roll up to a random group. And shots equals damage equals needing some paramedic work. So that's one way you can play, and that's probably the most interactive, fun way. You can also follow around and role play. Like, let's say there's a group of gangsters that needs you to be their personal medic, or maybe there's a group of cops that needs you to be their personal medic, or they're role playing something. Maybe there's a presidential motorcade and they need a medic for the president and staff. You know, things like that. Lots of ways that you can integrate with the other jobs as a paramedic firefighter, and it's really fun to play. So that is why I would say I play the firefighter role the second most often. Most often is the police. I have the most fun doing that. But I would say if that is full, or I'm not really looking for something different, this is definitely one that you can play and have a lot of fun with. So if you've kind of driven around, you can't find anyone, and there's nothing going on. Oh, here we go. See, already there's someone here again. Activate my lights.
Oh my god.
How you feeling, sir? How you feeling?
My
You need to get that man some help.
Wait. Let me give you some CPR, sir. Let me give you some CPR.
Oh.
Get him. Get him.
His vitals are looking okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Don't mind me. I'm just helping. I just help with the scorpion.
All right. Well, why don't you try sitting up, sir? Why don't you try sitting? Don't stand up, but try sitting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think
all right. How do you feel? How you feeling?
Oh, it's that white car.
Hey.
It's that white car.
Sound better. Thank you. Oh,
Whoa!
wait.
My God.
We got someone down. We got someone down. Set up a barricade.
Chicken donkey.
I'm exposed here, man.
Oh, God.
Did this to my brother.
So you can see that, you know,
Oh, yeah.
mute myself. It does
Oh
go
my God,
crazy.
would you-
Yo, let me heal you up. Let me heal you.
Ah.
Yo!
Dada will run.
It goes crazy, especially when you
Oh
have
my
some
God,
of these
thank you.
scenarios.
Thank you.
Let me
Look
heal
at
you,
the
man. Let me
XP,
heal you. I'll get you healed before I get him. So you can see I'm not getting any XP for bringing them up. I am getting XP like right just there when I actually heal them. So sometimes, by the way, this is something to point out. When you walk up, see I'm not getting prompted. All you want to do is put the medic bag away and then bring it back up, and now it'll pop back up. So that is a little bit of a glitch just to keep an eye out for. So it is, again, a two-part process here. Most people understand how this works, so they'll just stand still like this person is.
Hey, what happened? What
Heal them
happened?
all the way, and now they are off to go. They don't have to respawn. They can get right back where they were. So
Where are they
everybody, you know, benefits from this. Everybody wins. We get XP, and they get to get right back in the action. So again, this is a very fun way to roleplay. So that's enough of that. I'll get out of here for now. Pretty self-explanatory. That's really all you're gonna do. You won't use many more of the other, you know, mechanics or you know, the things that you do here. Let me get rid of that so it's out of the way. That was mine I left earlier. So now let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about the other way you can play. I wonder if I don't even have a firefighter outfit. I should get one. So, because I don't, let's use this. Oh, it's probably because I used this one. Oh, yeah, that still looks good. All right, so I'm going to switch my outfit because, you know, you always got to have an outfit that matches what you're doing. And let's grab a fire truck. So, I mean, for the sake of showing, I'm just going to use the original one that that you'll have unlocked as soon as you come in. You don't have to, you know, pay for this or level up to use this one. And it's a nice, big, standard-looking fire truck that we've all seen. So I'll show you guys quickly how to kind of use this thing, because it is a little bit tricky. So the first interesting thing I'm going to point out is when you spawn, there's actually a place to pump your fuel right here. So you can get your fuel easier, quicker, and for a little bit less money. Not that it's very expensive anyway, but you know, it is something to note out that this is a fire vehicle exclusive gas station, so you can do that. Not everybody knows that. Next thing is basic stuff on the tanker. Down here you've got your controls. There's just one set of lights you can do that will turn on all your lights. You can also do down here, these are your side lights. So you see how these right here, these things, those are your kind of alley lights, floodlights, and also on the light bar. So at nighttime, like it is right now, if I'm going to turn off the lights for a second, you'll see that it makes the ground a lot brighter. So that's very helpful when you're rolling up at nighttime. So the other thing too you can do is, and this is a helpful one, is you can turn that on. That turns on just like a police car, your traffic advisors. So let's say you're on the side of the road, you want people just to go around the side, you can do your traffic control that way. So pretty cool. And then of course the last thing is it has sirens. So this middle line here and this button here are all your sirens. So that's that, just like a real one. Okay, so I'll show you that. Next thing is, how do we actually play as a firefighter? How do we fight fires? So, well, you can do that two ways. One way is you can either check your logs here in your radio, see if someone reports one. You can drive around and look for one, or of course, you use your MDT. So just like the other departments, your most important tool is your MDT. So pull that up, just click submit, and you'll see here a list of different things. Similar to the others, it'll show you which people in your department are online and working, and over here it'll show you the calls. So right now there are no calls. So even though we're in a very active server with lots of people in it, there are no calls, and that is why I always advise in these videos to sort of drive around and look for things, because if you just sit here and wait for a call, it can get pretty boring. So it's better to be proactive. So we're going to wait around and look for some fires. Let's see if I can find something. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a tree or a building on fire. It could be a car, so that's something to note too. When a car gets damaged, gets destroyed, you actually can turn the fire out of the engine, and you can, like, okay, here's one right here. So we're going to turn our lights on. I'm actually going to turn my traffic control on because this is a very good example of it's blocking a lane of an active road. So I'm going to put it to go this way, tell everybody to go to the right. Now we're ready to go over here. I'm going to grab my hose. Now, you could, look for a fire hydrant and go and connect it. In this case, since it's just a car, I'm just going to grab my simple hose and give her a quick spray. And if it takes more than that long, just kind of move where you're shooting, kind of change. Sometimes it doesn't always register, but for the most part, that should be it. Now, I don't think unless I wasn't looking, I don't think that actually gave me XP. That's just a glitch. It's supposed to give you XP. Putting on a car fire should. Let's see if maybe this one's on fire. No, that one's not on fire. Let's look for another one. Sometimes it's not always perfect. It should give you XP though. So since that car now is despawned, I'm going to kill my lights. And let's go back on patrol and look for something else.
Come on, man. You broke my...
Let's see. A little quiet out here. Too quiet. Yeah, there's no cops around. Let's just go.
There's a fire.
Where? Oh, this guy said there's a fire. He was coming from that way. Let's follow him and find out what's going on here. So they're, citizens are going to tell you if they see a fire truck and you're not there, they're going to often tell you where to go. So let's go over here and clarify. I think that's this guy right here, isn't it?
No, why you pull me
No,
over?
it's a different guy. Anyways, there's all kinds of shooting going on. Oh, there he is.
Oh, you
Hey man, where's the fire? You said there's a fire.
There's a fire down the other street near the parking garage. That's where the fire is. It's a giant fire. It's like a whole.
All right,
whole
thanks,
building
man.
fire.
Thanks. I'll head there.
You're welcome.
All right, so we got a tip from a civilian. Now, to note here is if you're driving around, you obviously can heal people. So if, like, I just saw someone there, they're hurt, I can grab my medic bag and do a heal. Come on, stand still. You gotta stand still.
I'm fine. I should be
Hey man,
good.
you gotta hold still.
Another successful delivery.
Okay. I may have lit up people.
Hey, I'm not the cops. I'm only here to heal you.
That is true. That is true.
In my defense, they shot an officer.
Hey man, I'm not making any judgment on that.
So I lit them up with
So you see here,
very
I
evil
have just got
PSH.
30 XP healing 3 times, 3 people. So that is great, great to boost your XP that way. So even if you're playing as just firefighter, never hurts to stop and help those people. And they're going to appreciate it too, right? Alright, so he said there was a fire by the parking garage. So let's turn our lights on so we don't have to worry about traffic. You can do the siren. It is super loud and annoying, so I try not to actually do it too... Oh, there it is. I try not to actually do it too much. Just to keep things nice and calm. Oh, looks like there's a ordeal over there as well. But for now, let's just worry about the fire. You can get very distracted here. Okay, there's some guys that need some healing. Let's, speaking of distractions, let's get distracted. Hey man, let me patch you up. You're good to go. I'm not healing that criminal, man. Alright, so let's show you how to do a fire. So, let's see here. Okay, there's a fire hose right there. Or hydrant, I mean, sorry. So let's bring our truck back a little bit, actually. Unless there's a closer one. No. Okay. Let's get into the truck. Turn our traffic advisor on. Let's go to about here. 250 feet it goes. So what we'll do is we'll go up to the side of the truck and go hold down G, get supply line. I always go for the longest one. So
Hey,
I'm going to bring-
hands.
What's that?
Hands.
Hands? I'm trying to put this building out, man.
I don't care, hands.
Well, just a second. Just a second.
Okay.
There's no seconds, man.
Just a
Hey,
second.
go get a car. Go.
First of
Go
all,
get another car.
you look like you're hurt, man. Let me help you out.
Go get another car. Let's like 4-seater. Hurry.
There you
What
go.
car's
Now,
unlocked?
now you're patched up. So, this is my sister-in-law's apartment building, and it is on fire. Do you think you can kidnap me after I put this fire out? She's got kittens in there, man. Baby kittens. I think he's okay with it. So, we're going to go over here. Now we're going to hold down F. Again, I use the longest one. Doesn't really hurt. Now we've got our attack line. So the attack line is the one that you actually spray with. So I like to zoom in and do this first person. You just hold down left click and spray all over these things. See, that one's out. Sometimes you need a ladder or you need a way to get up there. So other times you can just spray like this. Let's see if I have enough to get it. It's going to be right on the cusp. Yeah, I might not be able to quite reach this. This guy's very determined to roleplay a kidnapping, but we don't really want to do that on the video right now. Come on. Alright, this is the one disadvantage of the starting fire truck is it doesn't have a ladder, so you can't always reach this stuff. So what you can do though is, let me put this hose away for a second, is you can actually grab your... How do you get out of this? Another little annoying glitch is, see how when I move my mouse, it's not letting me actually move the mouse? Try to pick this up again. 7. There we go. See, now I can move the mouse. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can grab the regular ladder, and you can just put it like this, and you can hit the up button and extend it, just like this. This is the E button. Just place it right there. Grab our hose. Now let's go up the ladder. Back to the first person as soon as you see. Go up to the top of the ladder here, and now we should be able to reach it. Now there is an actual ladder truck in the fire department that you have to unlock. There we go, we got it. So, pick up our ladder. Go over to the next one. This one might be low enough to get. So let's just spray right on it. Good. Go around the other side. These ones look nice and low. Usually there's, about 10 spots to put out when these big buildings happen. These are random spawns. Get the last one. Oh, there's a couple more over there. Wonder if I can get that one. That one might need a ladder again. Looks like I'm making pretty good. Oh, speaking of ladders, why don't we use the actual? Why can't I? I'm glitching out here. Oh, because my hose is maxed out. Okay, you know what? Just for the sake of showing you, let's just ditch the hose and use the portable one. Just to keep this simple for now. Because I want to show you when it actually officially gets out what that looks like. Let me get all the way up. How am I going to actually do this? Let me do it this way. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Spray this one. That worked. Over here. Get this whole place hosed down. Alright. One last one, looks like. Oh, that mouse thing is doing it again. Alright. Oh, no! That was really close. I just fell into the ground, but that's all good. Got this one. Looks like there's one more around the corner after this. Now, interestingly enough, I can't actually heal myself. And then you can see at the top there, I'm quite injured, but that's all right. I wonder if I can reach that. Probably not. Let me get my ladder again. All right, ladder, extend it to max. And let's put it right about there. Put this back, grab my hose, run up to the top, and spray. Oh, and spray. Oh, am I not going to be able to reach this? Come on now. Why is it glitching out a little bit, but let's try this. It's just glitching me. See how I'm moving my mouse and it ain't moving with it. I think it may be because I'm on this. Maybe because I'm on this. Let's try that. Oh man. Okay. Something's going on here. Usually I'm able to, like, see it's stopping. When I get to a certain height, it stops. Usually it... You know what? Let's try something different. Let's run up here and attack it from the parking garage. That is another strategy we can use. Parking garage happens to be right beside it, so why don't we try that? Can we reach it from here? Let's try. Let's actually just go up to the top. Now there is a bit of a time limit, so you want to be a little bit quick with these. Can't wait forever. If you wait too long, it'll despawn and you'll lose your experience. Now I think this is the last piece of fire, so when we put this out, we're going to get quite a nice reward. Oh! Okay, someone else just put it out. So see here at the bottom, it said plus 45 XP. So there you go. So that is the largest amount of XP you can get at the fire department. So this would be the equivalent of like a police arresting or something like that. So that is that. Now, let's, you know what, let's just respawn real quick because I don't want to go make you guys watch me run all the way down there to the fire truck. So that is essentially how you put out a fire. Now, I didn't want to cut any of this stuff out because I wanted to show you sort of when you get into a bit of a, you know, a hiccup, how to problem solve it and get around it. So we were ultimately able to get that fire out and off back to duty. So that is actually a pretty good overview. I guess the next thing we could look at some of the other vehicles that you can do. A lot of stuff you are going to need to rank up to unlock. There is a medical bus, which is really fun to roleplay with. There is another ambulance. Where is it? This one right here for 82,000 that you can buy. Or sorry, right here above for 65,000. You can buy this ambulance. Does not need the rank. So if you're not high enough rank to get the regular ambulance, you can do this one, and that's another way that you can respond to calls. So let me actually grab the ambulance, and I'm going to check our MDT here. I'm going to see if there is something we can respond to. Okay, what do we got here? Somebody needs EMS revival. Okay, so let's do that. So let's join this. This was a player call, but unlike the... Looks like someone else might also be going, but let's just go for the sake of showing you. The 911 calls that police get and DOT get are not necessarily going to give you XP. The 911 calls that you will get as a paramedic will give you XP because... Wasn't it near the farm, or did it maybe go away just now? One sec. Okay, the call has ended, so that timed out. But the good thing about those calls is when it says needs EMS revival, it is an XP giving call. So it is something that you do want to respond to, not only for the roleplay fun, but also because when you heal someone, you're going to get XP for that. And usually when someone makes a call, more often than not, there's going to be multiple that are going to require some assistance. So you'll get a whole bunch of XP, and that'll help you locate the groups of players that are exchanging in stuff that will require you to heal them. So those are sort of the ways you can play. Of course, like, you can do either way and switch back and forth, and you can match your avatar to your style. I think if you're just here to have fun, EMS is the most fun. If you're trying to farm XP, I think doing a hybrid approach is the most fun. Look for fires, because of course 45 XP for a building is crazy. And then you just heal people along the way when in between looking for fires. That would be the way that I would do to sort of XP max and farm your XP as fire department. And yeah, that's probably I'm trying to think if there's anything else to really point out. I guess one thing that if you're not familiar with is just this radio here between the departments. All 3 of the government departments are able to communicate with each other. So the way you do that is you go off of the menu, click T, that will light up this little red thing, and then you can go, for example, in the police, and you could say like, anyone need EMS, question mark. And see here in the red, now I have gone to the police channel, and I have asked all the police, maybe there's a scene where they're not sure, they're waiting, you can just check, and then you can see if there's something that we need to go and revive. So, whoop, careful not to turn the lights on to run that red. But, I just wanted to come over here for a sec, see what was over here. So, that's a pretty basic overview. There's not, you know, obviously it's fairly self-explanatory, but I did want to just make this video for people that are brand new. There is a lot to take in, a lot to learn, and just kind of show you the basics, so when you hop in, you're not confused at what to do or overwhelmed with all the different complexities here. So that's a pretty good overview. I'll probably just leave it right there. If you guys have any questions, if there's something I forgot or something you want a little more depth on, please do drop a comment. If you found this video entertaining or helpful, please do drop a like. As always, thank you very much for watching, and drop a subscribe if you aren't already. All right. Adios.